Hello, I am Shivaji Bhaskar, Faculty of Russian at the School of Foreign Languages, IGNOU. I welcome you all to this course, Basics of Russian Communication Skills, Part 2. As you know that in our previous modules, we have been discussing about various aspects of the Russian case system. We have seen different constructions based on different cases of the Russian case system, right from the nominative till the instrumental case. We have seen that how the nouns, adjectives, pronouns, verbs, they change as per the requirement of the particular noun. They change as per the requirement of that particular case. Now, to understand the colloquial style of Russian, we have chosen a few important words and expressions of Russian so that you can not only master the grammar of Russian, but at the same time you must also master the разговорный стиль or the colloquial style. As in Russian, you know that due to modernization, a lot of new things have happened. The first effect of this modernization happened many years back that we see in present Russian vocabulary. We have a lot of English words in Russian. Sometimes they mean exactly the way they are used in English, but at the same time sometimes these words convey absolutely different meaning as they appear. That is why this module would be of huge help to you in order to recognize such words which have been borrowed from the English vocabulary into Russian. But at the same time, some of the words which we have in Russian, they might look like English words, but they convey absolutely different meaning. That is why it is your ability to recognize English cognates when you read or listen to Russian. Cognates are your allies and they greatly increase your Russian vocabulary. So let's pay attention to a few examples of common cognates you should recognize in order to learn the colloquial Russian well. So the first word is aeroport. Aeroport. It means airport. Then academia. Then academia. Academia means academy. The third Russian word is algebra. Algebra means algebra. Then the next word is Americanates. Americanates. So the American who is a male is known as Americanates, means American man. If we want to say Amerikanka, Amerikanka as per the gender of the Russian nouns, it means an American woman. Then the next word is astronomia. Astronomia means astronomy. The next word is box. Box. It has been derived from the word boxing and it means boxing. Then the next word is Democrat. Democrat, which means Democrat. The next word is director. Director As it seems, it means director. The next word is doctor. Doctor means doctor. However, in classic Russian, we have the word vrach, vrach for the doctor of medicine. However, in present time, the word doctor is widely used. Then the next word is document, document, which means document. Whenever we use the word document in Russian, depending upon the context, it can also be meaning your passport if you are asked by the police, or at the airport, or anywhere when you travel in Russia. So the context has always been very important while using different kind of words. The next word is effectively. Effectively means effective. Afterwards, we have the word fermer. Fermer means farmer. The next word is football. Football, it means football. Then the next word is Gamburger. Gamburger, which means hamburger. The next word is genetica. Genetica, which means genetics. Then the word is geographia. Geographia, which means geography. Then the next word is gymnastica. Then the next word is gymnastica. Gymnastica, which means gymnastics. Then the next word is golf. Golf, which means golf. The next word is интересный. Интересный, which means interesting. The next word is история. История, which means history. So the next word is cosmonaut. Cosmonaut, which means astronaut. However, in Russian, we use the word cosmonaut, which can be translated as cosmonaut. However, at the present time, when we convert from English to Russian, for astronaut, we have this word cosmonaut. The next word is cosmos. Cosmos, which means cosmos. Then the word is kredit. Kredit, which means credit. Likewise, if you want to use the word kredit as an adjective, for example, kartochka means card. If we put kreditnaya in the beginning of the noun karta, it becomes the credit card, or kreditnaya karta. But for visiting card, we simply use vizitka. Vizitka. So like this, you can also make some of the important words and expressions. The next word is literatura. Literatura, which means literature. Then the word is musica. Musica, which means music. The next word is nos. Nos, which means nose. Then the next word is professor. Professor, which means professor. However, in classical Russian, we do have the word for professor if a male professor or a female professor as prepodavatelь and prepodavatelница. But since we have seen the lots of cultural exchange between different nations, that is why under that influence the modern terminology has been used in Russia as well, like you have seen in the case of doctor. Likewise, we have the word professor. The next word is sociologia. Sociologia means sociology. Then the next word is sport. sport, which means sports. Sport, sport, which means sport. The next word is sportsman, sportsman, which means sportsman. However, in Russian, for male and female, we have two different names: sportsman for male athlete and sportsmanka for female athlete. Then the next word is stadion. Stadion means stadium. The next word is student. Student, which means student. However, in Russian, we have the word for male student as well as for female student, as student means a male student and studentka means a female student. The next one is theater. Theater, which means theater. However, as per the requirement of the word itself, theater means theater, but nowadays if you pay attention to certain phenomena, that sometimes it is also called movie theater. But for movie theater in Russian we have another word which means kinoteatr. Kinoteatr means cinema theater. The next one is televisor. Televisor for television. Then tennis. Tennis means lawn tennis, because for table tennis there is another word in Russian which means ping pong. The next word is theoria. Theoria, which means theory. Then the next word is universitet. Universitet means university. Then the next word is visa. Visa means visa. The next word is volleyball. Volleyball means volleyball. Then the next word is journal. Journal means journal. Now let's pay attention to a few important words which might sound similar to the English words, but they convey totally a different meaning. So that is why watching out for words that may seem similar but are not same. You must be aware of these kind of words, which are also known as false cognates. So the false cognates are words that look and sound like allies, or as you find them in English, but they are not in real terms. You won't find too many of them, but they can be tricky. So, and when used incorrectly, they can lead to some funny and even embarrassing situations. So let's pay attention to a few such false cognates. The first one is sympathichny. So the first one is sympathichny. Sympathichny, which means good looking and not mean sympathetic. So be careful while using the word sympathichny. Normally we use this word for women. Sympathichная женщина means good looking woman. However, sympathichny мужчина means good looking man, etc. you can use, but not to be confused with the word sympathetic. With the help of all these important new words and expressions which you have learned in this module, you can use them in your own sentences as well. Now let's go ahead and pay attention to a few more such words. Band. Band means band of gangsters. Don't get confused it with a musical band. Then the next word is magazine. Magazine, which means a store or a shop. Don't get confused it with magazine. Then the next one is familia. Familia, which means surname. But don't get confused it with family, because for family in Russian we have another different word. Alright, now we have the fair idea about some of the borrowed words, which are also known as cognates, present in Russian language, similar to the words we find in English. Now let's repeat them and see how these words can be used in Russian. You can also pay attention to the words in Russian. Look at the construction of these words, what are the letters of the alphabet we have used, and their pronunciation. So the first one is airport, airport, which means airport. Masculine gender, singular noun. You can also use it in your own sentence. Куда вы идете? Я иду в аэропорт. Я иду в аэропорт. Where are you going? I am going to the airport. But if you use it in the prepositional, then где вы сейчас? Where are you right now? Я в аэропорту. I am at the airport. Я в аэропорту. So like this you can use the word airport. The second one is academia. Academia, as the ending of the word indicates, it is a singular noun of the feminine gender because ends with ya. Какая это академия? What kind of academy is this? Это большая академия. Это большая академия. This is a big academy. Then the next one is algebra. Algebra, which means algebra. Here you can use certain verbs with the word algebra, like вы занимаетесь algebrой? Do you practice algebra? So like this word can be used. Then the next word is американец. Много американцев приезжает в Москву каждый год. Many Americans come to Moscow every year. So amerikanets means American man, and this can be used with the много. And as we know, it's a singular noun of the masculine gender. That is why when we use много, it changes into американцев. Then the next word is bunk. Bunk. Где работает ваш отец? Where does your father work? Then if we want to use the preposition v, bunk, which means bank, changes into banke. Banke. My father works in a bank. Business. Business means business. У меня есть свой business. I have my own business. So like this, you can also make a sentence with the noun business. У него хороший business. He has a good business. У него плохой business. He has bad business. So like this, with the help of adjectives, you can change the noun and use it in a sentence. Businessman. Кем он работает? What does he do? What is his profession? Literally. Он работает бизнесменом. He works as a businessman. Творительный падеж. Демократ. Демократ means Democrat. Он всегда был демократом. He has always been a Democrat. Like this, you can make the sentence. Then the next one is director. Director. As this is a gender neutral term, director can be used for male and female with directorum. She works as a director of the firm. Она работает директором в фирме. Then doctor. Vi читали роман Dr. Zhivago? Did you read the novel Dr. Zhivago? So like this you can make the sentence. Document. Покажите свой документ. Please show your document. So suppose if in Russia asked by a policeman, покажите, пожалуйста, свой документ, which means please show your passport. For passport in Russian we have the word passport. Passport. But depending upon the context you can also use the word document in place of passport. Эффективный. Эффективный means effective. Этот кондиционер работает эффективно. This air conditioner is working effectively. So like this you can make the sentence. Then the next word is фермер. Фермер. Он больше в фирме не работает, он работает фермером. He does not work in the company anymore. He is working as a farmer. Football. Football. Мне нравится играть в футбол. I like to play football. Гамбургер. Гамбургер. Очень вкусный гамбургер. Very tasty hamburger. Then the next word is география. География, which means geography. География является очень важным предметом. Geography is a very important subject. Гимнастика. Она занимается гимнастикой. She is learning gymnastics. Она занимается гимнастикой. She is practicing gymnastics. Гольф. Каждое воскресенье я играю в гольф. Every Sunday I play golf. Интересный. Он очень интересный человек. He is a very interesting person. Then the next word is история. Я всегда любил историю. I always loved history. Then the next word is космонавт. Yuri Gagarin был первым русским космонавтом. Yuri Gagarin was the first Russian cosmonaut. Then the next word is космос. Валентина Терeshkova была несколько раз в космосе. Valentina Tereshkova been to the space many times. Then the next word is литература. Русская литература очень богатая. The Russian literature is very rich. Музыка means music. Я люблю слушать индийскую музыку. I love to listen to Indian music. Нос. У этого человека длинный нос. That person has long nose. Профессор. Мой отец работает профессором. My father works as a professor. Социология means sociology. Социология очень интересный предмет. Sociology is a very interesting subject. Спорт. Она занимается спортом. She is playing sport. Спортсмен. В России много спортсменов. In Russia there are many sportsmen. Студент. Это место для студента. This is a place for student. Then театр means theater. Большой театр находится в Москве. The Большой theater is located in Moscow. Tennis, which means tennis. Мария Шарапова была очень хорошая спортсменка тенниса. Мария Шарапова. Теннис. Мы вечером играем в теннис. In the evening we play tennis. Теория. Это очень важная теория. This is a very important theory. Университет. В нашем университете много студентов. In our university, there are many students. Volleyball means volleyball. Каждое утро я играю в волейбол. Every morning I play volleyball. Журнал. Я читал хорошую статью в этом журнале. I read that good article in that journal. So here you can see that how not only we have learned about these different words which are called cognates, we also came across many important words which have the equivalent in Russian. In classical Russian, they are also available in the form of, they are also available for the masculine and the feminine gender. We have also seen the usage of some of the false cognates. So like this, if you prepare your own sentences while knowing them, then you would be able to communicate in Russian easily. So here, as you have seen, that some of the nouns, they belong to the masculine singular, some of the nouns were of the feminine singular, and some of them were in the form of adjectives. We have also seen how to use them in particular context while applying the rules of the grammar, and accordingly you can also discuss this with your family and friends so that you find it really fun to understand and learn Russian. I hope you all enjoyed this module. We shall be bringing a few such modules of the conversational Russian, so that if you go to Russia or if you happen to meet Russians in India, you would be able to communicate with them easily. Thank you.